What's up guys, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video we're going to be talking about my top 15 Marvel Legends Build-A-Figures in my collection. Now, there are some, I have most Build-A-Figures, but there are some I don't have or I sold off. I sold off a couple of Toy Biz, some of those big guys like the Apocalypse from the Toy Biz Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure. Another one was maybe the old Onslaught. So, I don't have, and then there's some that I just straight up don't have, like the Fing Fang Foom. I wish I had that, but I do not, unfortunately. And so those are going to be omitted from the list, but those are definitely some honorable mentions. But yeah, just stick around and you'll find out what my top 15 Marvel Legends Build-A-Figures are. Let's get right into it. Alright, first up on the list is Apocalypse, and he is from a 2018 Build-A-Figure wave. Now, a lot of these Apocalypse figures are the same molds. Actually, in fact, all of them, I think, just about. We have the Age of Apocalypse, and then you have the animated series kind of Apocalypse, the purple and blue, I believe, and they're all of the same mold, but this is the first guy that came out, and he was the Build-A-Figure. So yeah, this guy does have the I do have the little tentacle thingies, or what do you call it, like tubing things that go in there. I just don't have them right now on him. But yeah, this guy, this is a really great figure. I love this figure. Just a classic look Apocalypse, really cool. And just a little fun fact, he came with a little claw arm, but this didn't actually come with this Apocalypse. This actually came with another 2018 deluxe figure, which was the Archangel. So that was kind of a little oddball weird there. I mean, to include an arm that has, he has something to do with Apocalypse, but, because he was death or whatever from the Four Horsemen. But, it's just kind of weird that this wasn't included with one of the figures in the actual Build-A-Figure wave. It was as a deluxe figure, so that was kind of a little weird. But yeah, you can just kind of put this on one of his arms. You see a little peg in there. You could put that in one of these arms. But yeah, this is a very nice figure. I really love this Apocalypse. I think this is my favorite out of the three. And of course, we got that what do you call it? Made to order. It's not a HasLab, but it's a made to order Apocalypse, which is bigger than this one, I believe. I forget, it's like 12 feet or something, like 10 feet, or I don't know. Don't quote me, but it's a lot bigger than this one, and definitely looking forward to that. And that's going to be later in the year, so definitely look forward to reviewing that and getting that in hand. So this is number one on the list, Apocalypse. All right, next up we have the Build-A-Figure from 2023, one of the Build-A-Figures from 2023, and that is Atuma, and he is from the Wakanda Forever wave and the movie tie-in for the second Black Panther. And this guy, I mean, I can't say enough for him. I mean, he's a really unique looking figure right here. Just, I don't think there's anything reused on this figure. I mean, look at that. I mean, just completely unique parts. You got his arm, shoulder pads here, his necklace. You got that really cool like a mask that for the breathing. You got this kind of like a hammerhead skull. It's just really cool. You got his like these fins or something like hair. That's just really like a headdress, I should say. Just really, really cool details on this figure. You see his bone shins, shin guards, and stuff. I mean, just such a unique figure. I love figures that are unique like this. I love figures that use parts that you don't see on every other, figure. A perfect example of that was the Bucky cap. You saw that everywhere. You saw that on every figure. You saw the same body, the same legs. So this was a nice change up to just your normal average Marvel Legends. I know it's kind of small for a Build-A-Figure, and that's probably my only complaint about this figure, but that's his height. You can't really do anything about that. Just wish he was a normal figure in a wave. So, but just a very unique sculpt. Very, very unique sculpt. Very unique parts. And I really like this figure. I know he's not a very popular figure, or maybe not even a popular Build-A-Figure. I know that wave was pretty, you could find it on Ollie's and stuff like that. So, but I really enjoyed this figure. I hope that they have him in the comic version, because we do not have a comic Atuma in Marvel Legends form. So hopefully they can do that at some point in the future. But yeah, that's my number 2 on the list, which is Atuma. All right, next up on the list we have Bonebreaker from the 2022 X-Men Build-A-Figure wave, or one of them, I should say. Definitely a very unique figure, as you can see. I mean, he's literally a mini tank. That's really cool, man. I really like that. Just, obviously really unique, and, he's got even his glasses come up like that. That's pretty cool. Nice little detail. But just so many small little details. You got his little like rocket launcher type thing here. You got his little gas cans in the back and stuff. So you got his little engine or whatever. I think it's an engine, yeah. And yeah, just really cool details. The treads are awesome. Wish they kind of moved, but they don't really do anything. Little cannon over here. Yeah, just a very unique figure. Again, I really love unique especially Build-A-Figures. I mean, I feel like every Build-A-Figure should be somewhat unique, just something that's not just a normal big looking guy or just a normal figure, something that's unique. And yeah, Bonebreaker definitely fits that mold. He comes with his gun, of course, that you put in his hand. But yeah, I definitely think we need more of the Reavers. They really need to finish this team. I think this is a very long, ongoing team that they have yet to complete. So hopefully in the future they will complete the Reavers and we'll get the whole team. They definitely need to, hopefully start finishing out some of these teams that they've been going on with Marvel Legends. But yeah. That is the number 3 on my list, which is Bonebreaker. Moving along, we have Crimson Dynamo from the 2020 Build-A-Figure wave. And another really cool kind of like a mech figure. I mean, I really love these details on his arm. It looks like kind of like fluid going in his arm piece over here, like kind of like a gel. That's pretty cool, Nice little details on this figure. He's a pretty beefy guy. The joints are kind of, I don't know if that's exactly no, not exactly your run-of-the-mill ball joint, but it is a little bit of a ball joint, but it's not your, Toy Biz one, but so that's kind of okay, but not a fan of ball joints. But yeah, just a really, really unique sculpt here. I think he kind of uses maybe similar parts, I believe, from the Ironmonger Build-A-Figure. Not too sure, but kind of looks like the feet, or possibly Mandroid, perhaps. I believe uses these same legs. So, but no, yeah, really, really nice looking Build-A-Figure. I love the beefy look. I love some of these unique chest piece parts. And the head's pretty cool too. So I know there's different versions of Crimson Dynamo, and I think I'd love to have another version of him, maybe another Build-A-Figure in the future. But yeah, that's number 4 on the list, Crimson Dynamo. Next up on the list we have Obsidian from the 2018 Build-A-Figure wave. I believe this is the Infinity War tie-in wave, and this is also the non-accurate movie version. I know you can probably say, oh, he doesn't exactly look accurate. He had like a little red thing around his waist, I think, or something like that. There was an updated version with the, I think it was like the Sons of Thanos or something like that. It was like a 4 or 5 pack that had the updated version of this guy. But this is the Build-A-Figure version, and I still think he looks absolutely amazing. I mean, just one of the most detailed figures you can Build-A-Figures. Look at that face. I mean, look at that mug. That is like really, they did a really good job on this figure. Really sculpt that face very nice. You know, the back, you've got that kind of like plates going back here as a spine. You got these little shoulder pad. That's really cool. His arm gauntlet thingy there. Just a really, really, really cool figure. And I like him. Even though he's not comic accurate, I still kept him. I didn't buy the 5-pack, so I really was okay with this one, even though he's not comic accurate, movie accurate, I should say, for the MCU. But I still think he is a great Build-A-Figure, and one that's worthy of an actual Build-A-Figure title. You know, I know some of these can be very small for the amount you pay for. You get definitely your bang for your buck, even back then. So yeah, that is Obsidian, number 5 on my list. Alright, moving along, we have Goblin from the 2020 Build-A-Figure wave. This was a Spider-Man wave, of course. And this guy, I don't think he should have been a Build-A-Figure, but he was. He uses a lot of the same parts from the Green Goblin figure back in, I forgot what year it was. And the Hobgoblin used these same kind of scaly should say arms. They do have the legs, but this one does not have it. You know, this is basically a lot of reused parts from the Goblin, the other 2 Goblin figures, Green Goblin and Hobgoblin. But it's really cool. You got this like teared up cape, and then you got that really cool head. That's really cool. I really like it. But again, and that belt, that's really cool as well. You know. But I definitely didn't think this should have been a Build-A-Figure. Should have been just a normal figure in the wave. He did come with his flaming glider thingy. I don't have that right now, but that's pretty cool as well. So, yeah, that's just a unique head sculpt, kind of. Really like that tongue sticking out, and then just a cape, ripped up cape. Just the look of him. I really like this figure, man. It's really nice. I just don't think it should have been a Build-A-Figure. But yeah, he is a Build-A-Figure, unfortunately, but that is Goblin, and that is number 6 on my list. Next up, we have Dormammu from the 2016 Doctor Strange Build-A-Figure wave. I think this is from the first movie, if I'm not mistaken. Again, this is the way more superior version than the regular Dormammu we had, and I don't remember. I think it was like something, the villain's wave or something like that, or bring on the bad guys wave or something like that. And yeah, this is definitely the more superior version. And this one came out before that one, and it looks 10 times better, to be honest. It's a Build-A-Figure, so it's supposed to, but to me, he just looks really badass. I love that flaming hair. Really cool. The head, the like shoulder pad thingy, that looks really cool. I just really like this one. He's the way better version of Dormammu than that one we got. And just, I love he's taller, he's just bigger, beefier, just a lot better than the newer version, I guess, or newer-ish version. I know the older one is like more of a classic version, but I still like this one a lot better. But yeah, that is number 7 on my list, which is Dormammu. Alright, number 8 is Giant Man from the 2006 Build-A-Figure. This is from Toy Biz, way back. 2006, that's pretty old. Yeah. Wow. 20 years this figure is. I mean, but it still looks great. I mean, look at that head sculpt. You can't, damn. They really did a really great job with their Build-A-Figures back in those days, man. The sculpts they had were just really, really good. But, of course we have the much more superior HasLab version. I'm not going to try and say that that's not better. It is. I'm sorry to say, but it is way better than this one. But, you have the ball joints, of course. I'm not a fan of those. But this one, so he's kind of, I don't want to really, he kind of is limited. You can't go, you either have to go this way or that way, or forward and back. You can't go all around, kind of, because the hinges if you can see it right there. So you either have to flip them that way or that way. So that's kind of annoying. But yeah, this guy was one of the holy grails of Marvel Legends before the HasLab came along. But yeah, this is just, I mean, look at the details on this guy was really, really cool. Got the boot cut there. You got the, yeah, a lot of articulation on this figure. You even got finger movement, kind of. Some of the fingers move there. 2 fingers and stuff. So yeah, just a very nice detailed figure. Again, kind of outdated now because of the HasLab. The HasLab is the superior one. I'm not gonna lie there, but yeah, just I mean, before that, this guy was the standard for Giant Man. Of course, he was the only one for Giant Man, but yeah, Toy Biz did a really, really great job with this figure, and just a great head sculpt, great details. Like most Toy Biz figures have that, but there's some that just kind of look goofy with the arms are kind of like really skinny, or the legs, the joints look just absolutely ridiculous. But this guy turned out really, really great, and that is Giant Man from the 2006 Toy Biz Build-A-Figure wave. Alright, next up we have Professor Hulk from the 2019 Build-A-Figure wave. And this is kind of a unique Hulk. The body is kind of unique. I know, I believe it's the Totally Awesome Hulk that uses the same sculpt. But other than that, I don't think any... Or maybe the MCU Red Hulk uses the same body, I believe, too. So that's 3, but... Before that, there was none of the Hulk figures that used this sculpt, but just a nice head sculpt. Look at that head, man. He also came with like an additional, like a kind of like a smiley, happy face head, which I think I sold off. I didn't really like it, but he did come with an additional head. But I do like the sculpt. I do like the face. Everything on this guy looks really great. It's probably the best MCU Hulk. Green Hulk you can get, because the other one, the Avengers Hulk, it wasn't that great. The joints were kind of wonky, and just, I think he kind of looked a little short. But this guy definitely, I really like this Hulk. This is probably my favorite MCU Hulk out of all of them. So yeah, that is the 2019 Professor Hulk. Alright, next up we have Infinity Ultron from the 2023 What If Build-A-Figure wave. And another kind of unique sculpt. Love those infinity gems on his chest and then his head. That's pretty cool. I love the look of this Ultron. I love that head. I wish more Ultrons would have that kind of similar head. But yeah, just a really, really cool looking figure. I love the shininess of it. Kind of like his armor, kind of looks like a knight from the old days. His cape is really cool, and his gauntlets here. The paint, they did a really good job painting this figure. I love that shine. It's just a really great figure. I really love this figure. That is Infinity Ultron. Next up we have the Lizard from the 2018 Spider-Man Build-A-Figure wave. This guy was really cool. Really, really awesome Lizard figure right here. Just the details on him is just absolutely... Look at that face. I mean, that is a really, really cool figure. They are re-releasing this guy this year in a deluxe form. So if you missed out on him, you'll be able to get him again. But yeah, this is one of the best Build-A-Figures. Man, I mean, just look at the details on that ripped shirt, and his pants are ripping out here. The tail is articulated. That's very cool. Man, that's so cool. He got his dirty little lab coat that he's been in the sewer probably. But yeah, man, the articulated jaw, mouth with his long tongue. Can't wait to see how the the newer one if it fits the older one, the head. Maybe you could head swap this guy. I don't know. Definitely, I'll be trying that. But yeah, I can't wait to get my hands on the newer one, just to compare them and to see what's new and what's not. But yeah, that is an amazing figure, and that is the 2018 Lizard. All right, next up is a guy, I believe I had him on my top 10 Marvel Legends of 2025. This is an amazing looking figure, and that is the Nemesis, Marvel Legends Nemesis Build-A-Figure from 2025 last year. And this is probably the best figure, Build-A-Figure in quite a while. I mean, just look at the details. They really went all out on this figure. I mean, you could take this helmet off and move his skull head in there. I mean, just so many details on this figure. You know, you got his little tubing back here. Look at that. There you got some like little parts over here. But that's so cool, that little tubing. I mean, they really went all out on this figure, man. I can't believe how good this is like a perfect example of how when Hasbro really tries to do a nice looking Build-A-Figure, they can do it. But it's like, you know, they just seem to be very lazy sometimes, and it's just, they don't really put out the quality. But this, man, wow, that is one of the best Build-A-Figures I could think of in recent times. Definitely, that is so cool, man. I love this figure. Definitely a great Build-A-Figure. That is the Nemesis from last year, 2025. All right, next up is one of my favorite figures, if not one of my, this might be my favorite Build-A-Figure of all time, and that is Sandman, 2017 Sandman from the Spider-Man wave. I mean, look at this guy. This, I mean, hands down is the best Sandman figure, I think. I know that Toy Biz one was pretty good, but this is my favorite. I mean, look at that. Look at those details on that arm, man. This is another great example of what Marvel Legends can be when they're at their best. I mean, look at that details. Textured sand. That's so cool, man. And you got his fist, sand. I mean, it's so much better than that crap they released on the retro line, which was just so, like, bland and just... It was a really bad attempt at a Sandman in that animated series retro line. And it's just, you know, I really wish they could have had either a re-release of this guy or retooled him or something. You know, just something way better than that retro line one that was just, not only was he shorter, but he didn't have near the details that this one has, you know, this Build-A-Figure has, which is just absolutely amazing. You know, he came with his additional, like, spike ball, sand hand, and he came, whoa, he's kind of heavy, so you have to put his hands down to stand him up, kind of. And then he came with his, like, kind of block hammer hand, and then he also came with that sand head. But, yeah, this guy, I really like him. Really great Build-A-Figure, and one of my favorites, if not my number one favorite. But it's hard to decide. There's so many good ones, you know. But hopefully they'll release this guy at some point, like as a deluxe. They'll retool to get rid of those ball joints. Hopefully, that's the only thing I can complain about this figure is the ball joints. They do use those kind of old Toy Biz style ball joints, which I absolutely hate. That's really the only thing I could complain about this figure. Hopefully they will re-release him as a deluxe. I mean, I think the fans deserve that. Everybody deserves this nice Sandman figure, to be honest. I mean, just a great figure. And that is from 2017 Spider-Man Build-A-Figure Wave. Alright, next up we have Sauron from the 2018 Build-A-Figure, X-Men Build-A-Figure Wave. And there's a lot of stuff to talk about with this guy because he was a Build-A-Figure, but then he got re-released as a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. I'm sure you know about all that debacle. with the I can't think of her name right now, something the She Devil, and not Outback Rogue, Savage Land Rogue, and that became quickly sold out because they didn't have enough, and it included, not many people who missed this figure and wanted that woman. Again, I forgot her name, and or that Rogue, all missed out on all three because Hasbro's great genius idea to package these guys as an exclusive. Why you would package this figure as an exclusive if you missed this one is just beyond me. This is such a great figure, man. He has his wings. I don't know where they're at, but they're very big, very long wingspan. But look at the details on this guy. So good, so great. But he's got the moving mouth, and then he's got the the inner mouth. He could move his head that way for flight, and just a very highly detailed figure. You can see the stuff on this belt. It's just why would you put this as a exclusive is just beyond me. It's so stupid, and now people just missed out on another chance to get this figure if you missed him the first time, as well as the Rogue and that figure. I can't think of her name right now. This is like Shayna or something like that, but her too. Which, by the way, we have the Khazar figure with the lion. Forgot his name too. Zabu, I think. But you can't even complete them either because she's in that pack, and now you have to wait for Hasbro to once again re-release these guys. Maybe, God knows when they'll release these again. It's just why would you, include figures that are so popular or in high demand in an exclusive is just beyond me. And it's so stupid. It's some of the worst things that Hasbro done is San Diego Comic-Con exclusives that are, very popular characters or very sought after characters. It's just that should not happen, But yes, that is Sauron from the 2018 Build-A-Figure wave. Alright, so the last figure on my list is Sugarman from the 2020 Age of Apocalypse Build-A-Figure wave. And this is another really cool, unique sculpt. You won't find this on any other figure right here. Just a very unique figure. Very, very unique. Sugarman. Got his big tongue and his that is so cool, man. Just a face sculpt alone. And his, he's got his little belt buckle, his kind of harness thingy, got the Sugarman hammer. Yeah. Forearms, pretty cool. But yeah, just an absolutely unique Build-A-Figure in Sugarman. I really like him. And speaking of Age of Apocalypse, I hope we can finish off the figures. I know we need a Storm, and I think we need a Nightcrawler, maybe some of these other Havoc, Polaris, I believe. But hopefully we can finish that wave. My God, it seems like forever that they started that Age of Apocalypse wave with the X-Men, and they just kind of forgot about it. I know we got Gambit a couple last year, a year before, but I'd really love for them to finish that wave off, and we can have all of the X-Men in Age of Apocalypse form. So hopefully we'll get that soon. Come on, Hasbro, make it happen. But yes, that is the last figure on my list, and that is Sugarman from 2020. Alright guys, so there you have it. My favorite top 15 Marvel Legends Build-A-Figures. So again, I wish I had Annihilus. I wish I had Fing Fang Foom from the Toy Biz era. I do not have those. Those probably would have been on my list had I had them, but I do not. But those are two really great figures. And hopefully we'll get a remake of at least Annihilus. I would love to have an Annihilus, a new version of him as a Build-A-Figure or a deluxe. Just something. He definitely needs to be represented again, in some form. Fing Fang Foom, I don't, unless that's a HasLab or something like that, and I don't think they're really doing HasLab Marvel Legends anymore. So I think he's kind of off the table. I doubt they'd put him as a Build-A-Figure. I mean, you'd have to have like maybe like 2 waves or something like that to make him a Build-A-Figure, and he doesn't quite fit the deluxe or the made-to-order type stuff they've been doing. So I mean, never say never with these guys, but unless they bring back HasLab for something, maybe we'll get a Fing Fang Foom. But I'd definitely like to have him. He's a really, really, really cool looking figure. I mean, will we get him as detailed as that figure? I don't know, but who knows? So yeah, that's my list of top 15 Marvel Legend Build-A-Figures. So now I want to hear from you guys. What is your favorite? Did some of your favorites make my list? What is your favorites? Put them down in the comments below. So yeah, that's going to do it for this video, guys. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.